Hey guys, in this video I'm going over 10 things that I learned in investing and retirement in my 20s. I'm 32 now. These videos are kind of going to be straight to the point for like if my kids grow up. These are kind of like diaries. If they are interested in what I've learned, they can learn from this. Number one, start as soon as possible. Utilize compound interest. The more you research, the more you see this all over the place, but it's true. This is how I was able to grow my retirement to over 6 figures already in my 30s, so we're doing pretty well. Not a millionaire yet, but we're getting there. Heck, if you could start as a teenager, do that. Number 2 piece of advice is the specific investments, I'd say, are almost secondary because most people don't do step number 1. Obviously, it's better to have an investment that returns higher, like getting a 10% versus a 7%, but if you continuously keep doing it, it'll grow. It's not like people don't get rich from choosing the wrong investment. People don't get rich because they don't invest. Number 3, I'm really kicking myself for not really following this, is don't be fancy. Many people don't beat the market. You have hedge fund managers, professional investors, institutional investors, all these people, they're full-time, put all their time, effort, research going into which stocks to buy, and even they can't beat the market. So if you're not going to match their time and effort, and they can't beat the market, then it's going to be difficult for you to beat the market. Which is why index funds can be just a great choice to stick with. It's also great if you think long term. If you think of one stock, it might not be around for like 40 years. So then you got to like rotate. If you just own the index, it's continuously updates over time of the largest, most profitable companies out there. In my 20s, I thought it was cool, so I chose stocks. Luckily, my largest ones did pretty well, like Apple, Amazon, and those guys. But like those smaller holdings that I had, just throw it in an index fund. You'll do better. Number 4 is be worried about fees, especially in retirement accounts like 401ks, especially since they're very limited. Look at their expense ratio. You can't predict the returns of everything all the time, but you can predict what you're paying in fees. Try to lower those. Index funds, Vanguard, stuff like that. It's crazy, like the average person who like retires off of their 401k, their average fees is like, I forgot what it was, like between $100,000 to $200,000, because compound interest also affects fees. So the more you pay over time. Number 5 is dollar cost averaging is the best strategy because you can't time the market. Thing is, you're kind of always waiting for a recession or waiting for a correction, and then if that does actually happen and things do go down, you're like, well, what if it goes down further? And then it doesn't, and then it rebounds, and then you missed an opportunity. So just dollar cost average every single month. Don't even worry about it, just do it. Number 6, your Roth IRA, try to always max that out, especially obviously the younger you are. Try to fit this into your budget as a normal expense, so you're just always contributing. I did that in the beginning. They kind of stopped for a little bit. Yeah, I was able to get like a house on my own and everything, and now I'm back into the Roth, but I do wish that I continue with that. Roth IRAs are also more liquid. You could technically pull principal out if needed. I don't really like doing that, but it is more liquid and flexible than 401ks, especially the funds that you can choose. So I'd say just max out your 401k if you have a job. Anything over that, just throw it in a Roth. Number 7, try not to look at your balance or your investments. If you want to rebalance annually, you can. Other than that, don't look at your account. The more you look, the more things that you try to do, the more management you do, you try to be fancier. Just don't do it. Number 8, any correction or recession, you should be interested in it. You shouldn't be scared. Think of like a Black Friday deal. At a store, prices get slashed, you're excited. But in the stock market, when prices get slashed, people get scared. When something goes down, you should be more excited. Like when things go up at this point, I'm like less interested. I'm like, oh, it's going up, I can't buy more. Given I dollar cost average. But it's like getting more expensive. I really want things to get cheaper. Number 9 is when to sell your stocks. If you follow Charlie Munger and like Warren Buffett, as you should, they said they don't know the best time to sell your stocks. I will say the couple times that I did, it was other opportunities. So for example, to pay off debts or to buy a house. Like you use the stocks as investments to grow your wealth, and then you use that wealth for something else that could benefit you. Or maybe like an old investment that you kind of screwed up on and you're like, you know what, get out of it, going into an index. That's how I helped your mother get out of, and I'm speaking to my children, not just normal people out there. I spoke to your mother. But yeah, that's how I helped her get out of a lot of her student loans, and that's how we ended up getting a good down payment on the houses that we bought. You have to look at your time horizon. If you're looking to save something in the next year or two, don't really look to invest because obviously price can go down. But if you're looking at like 3, 4, 5 years out, just invest and have it grow. And then when you're looking to, let's say, buy that house, then you could sell it to use that. And number 10, I would say, honestly, don't tell anyone that you're doing it. For multiple reasons. One, you could start doubting yourself. People are like, oh, are you really sure about that? You have a lot of broke people or people that are not in finance or that have wealth. They like question it, then you start questioning it. And you also shouldn't flaunt your wealth also. You could throw a couple, numbers that you might have, but don't be like, oh, I have $5 million. Or even your salary. You really shouldn't mention it. For 2 reasons. One, if someone else makes more than you, then they don't care. If they make less than you, or they have less than you, then they're jealous, and it's just not good. They don't really care anything that you have, so focus on yourself. And I'd say bonus tip, if you end up having children, start a college fund for them when they're young. I started my son's college fund when he was like less than one, and a lot of people around me are like, a little young to be thinking of college, don't you think? And I'm like, they have no idea how to think about wealth, because that's exactly when you start thinking about college, because you utilize compound interest. We have our daughter on the way soon, so I'll be starting another fund for her, a little bit in every single month, and it just grows. So when you guys, if you do go to college, or if you don't decide, I believe you could also roll it over into a Roth IRA. So I'm trying to help you guys out. You're welcome. Speaking to my kids. If you decide to care what I say. I'd say that's kind of it. Sounds super simple, but that's what works. You sometimes feel like you have to be doing something more, but with investing, the more hands-off, the better. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to try to get back into YouTube, not like how I used to. I'm thinking of more of like a journal, of like creating videos for my kids if they get interested, of learning what I did, what I learned, what I think. I'd be grateful for it. So if you guys are watching this now, then I hope you guys are doing well, and kind of just learn along the way. Not sure how consistent I'll go for this, but I'm going to try to be better with it. I don't want to get too stressed of like, gotta get a new video out. And there's already so much content out there. I don't want to just be adding to so much stuff out there. Only for the stuff that matters. Like, I'm not going to say the same thing 100 different times just to have 100 different videos. At least I'll try. YouTube's tricky like that. So hopefully these tips help you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.